The 48-hour challenge. 48 hours, 2 days. It's the length of a classic weekend getaway or a short layover. To most people, 48 hours feels like barely enough time to unpack your bags, catch your breath, and see a single neighborhood before it's time to head back to the airport. You land, you're jet-lagged, you spend an hour figuring out the metro system, and suddenly half your first day is already gone before you've seen a single landmark. But what if you could manipulate your time? What if, with the right strategy, a single weekend could feel as deep, rewarding, and action-packed as a full week's vacation? What if the same 48 hours that leave most tourists exhausted and disappointed could leave you feeling like you actually lived in a city, even if only for a moment? The truth is, seeing a major global destination in 48 hours isn't about rushing. It's an architectural challenge. It requires a precise tactical blueprint that eliminates dead time, optimizes geographic flow, and exploits the hidden structural design of the city itself. Every great city, whether it's Rome, New York, or Tokyo, is built around invisible efficiencies. Transit hubs, walking corridors, and clusters of attractions that sit closer together than most visitors realize. The travelers who see everything in a weekend aren't lucky. They're simply the ones who understood the map before they landed. Today on the Travel Tribes, we are handing you the ultimate 48-hour travel blueprint. This is the exact formula used by extreme weekend warriors to see everything that matters without burning out. Start the clock. Let's look inside. Phase 1. The Geographic Anchor. The entire success of a 48-hour trip is decided before you even book your flight. It comes down to a single decision: your accommodation location. When you only have 2 days, budget hotels out by the airport or cheaper rentals in distant suburbs are a mathematical trap. You might save $50 on the room, but you will waste 3 hours a day sitting in traffic or waiting on regional transit platforms. Do the math across an entire trip. 3 wasted hours a day multiplied by 2 days is 6 hours gone. Roughly 12% of your total waking window, spent staring out a bus window instead of standing in front of the things you came to see. The 48-hour rule. Your hotel must be your geographic anchor. It needs to sit directly at the intersection of the city's major metro lines, within walking distance of at least 3 core attractions. This single choice can be the difference between a trip that feels like a vacation and one that feels like a commute with sightseeing squeezed into the margins. Once your anchor is set, you implement the quadrant strategy. Divide the city map into 4 distinct geographic quarters. Day 1 belongs entirely to the east and north. Day 2 belongs entirely to the west and south. Once you step foot into a quadrant, you do not leave it until every priority item on that list is checked off. 0 backtracking. Backtracking is the silent killer of short trips. A single unnecessary crosstown trip, the kind that feels harmless in the moment, can quietly eat 90 minutes out of a schedule that was never built to absorb the loss. Think of your itinerary like a surgeon's operating plan: precise, sequential, with no wasted motion. Day 1. The front load and the night arc, 07 a.m. The sunrise inversion. Day 1 begins before the city wakes up. You are going to front load your single biggest ticket item at dawn. Want to see the Trevi Fountain without thousands of people? Want to walk the Brooklyn Bridge in complete silence? Show up at 7 a.m. You get clean photos, absolute stillness, and 0 lines. This isn't just an aesthetic bonus, it's a strategic one. The same landmark that takes 90 minutes of queuing at noon can take you 15 minutes to fully enjoy at sunrise. That's over an hour reclaimed before most tourists have even had their coffee. 10 a.m. to 04 o'clock p.m. The kinetic block. Once the city wakes up and the crowds pour in, you pivot indoors. This is your high-density museum or cultural block. Crucial tip: never show up to a major attraction in a 48-hour window without a pre-booked, skip-the-line digital ticket. Standing in a regular general admission ticket line for 2 hours consumes roughly 10% of your entire waking trip. Stack 2 or 3 of those lines back to back, as many unprepared travelers accidentally do, and you've lost half a day standing behind velvet ropes instead of standing in front of the art, architecture, or history you flew across the world to see. 6 p.m. to late, the night arc. Many travelers head back to their hotel at 6 p.m. to rest, but on a 48-hour blueprint, the night is when the city doubles its value. Transition your itinerary to an area famous for its nightlife, night markets, or illuminated architecture. Seeing a city lit up at night provides a completely new visual experience without adding extra days to your calendar. In practical terms, this means your day one isn't just one day. It's two experiences layered into a single 24-hour window. A daytime city and a nighttime city, each with a completely different personality. Day 2, the local inversion. Day 2 is about contrasting the icons of Day 1 with the authentic pulse of the city. 9 a.m., the neighborhood immersion. Leave the commercial center behind. Pick a trendy, artistic, or historic neighborhood where locals actually live. Spend your morning exploring boutique shops, independent coffee roasters, and local street art. This is the part of the trip most rushed itineraries skip entirely. And it's exactly why so many "I saw the whole city" trips end up feeling hollow. The landmarks tell you what a city looks like. The neighborhoods tell you what a city feels like. 1 p.m. The culinary transit. Instead of a formal, slow sit-down lunch that takes 2 hours out of your day, opt for a high-density local food market. Food halls and street markets allow you to sample 5 different local specialties in under 45 minutes, turning your lunch break into an efficient culinary safari. Compare that to a traditional restaurant lunch. Same 45 minutes might get you a single appetizer and a slow-cooked main, versus 5 distinct dishes and 5 distinct flavors from 5 different vendors in the same window of time. 4 p.m. The panoramic goodbye conclude your active sightseeing with an elevated perspective. Find a high-altitude viewpoint, whether it's a public park hill or a rooftop lounge, to look over the entire landscape you just conquered over the last 48 hours. It anchors the geography of the city in your brain. Standing above the streets you walked, the bridges you crossed, and the neighborhoods you explored turns a scattered set of memories into one coherent mental map, the kind that stays with you long after the trip ends. Mastery of the weekend. A perfect 48-hour trip doesn't feel short. It feels hyper-real. It forces you to cut out the fluff, ignore the tourist traps, and engage with a city with absolute intentionality. When you master this blueprint, the entire world becomes accessible over a standard weekend. Cities that once seemed to require a full week's vacation and a hefty budget suddenly become viable for a quick trip squeezed between a Friday flight out and a Sunday night flight home. Stop waiting for a 2-week vacation window that might never come. Pick a city, map your quadrants, lock your anchor, and go. Thanks for watching this episode of The Travel Tribes. If you're ready to become a high-efficiency traveler, make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and leave a comment below. What city are you going to tackle in 48 hours next? We'll see you on the next journey.